listening to the Created to Create show.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Created to Create. I'm your host, Ben Gluntz. This is Creative Flow. Someone's giving me a call right now, and I am denying it because I'm here with you. It's good to have you guys back. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second time, welcome back. If this is your third time or more, good to see you again. One thing I've learned recently is just how much everything just fits together. You can't learn how to be a better creative unless you're learning how to be a better man, a better woman. And you can't find purpose in life unless you're tuning into the things that God is trying to teach you every day. So that's kind of where I'm at. I hope you guys are somewhere similar. It's just really cool to share this time with you guys each week. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm not sure how many of you are really into music, but I'm sure most of you know who Justin Bieber is and are probably into Justin Bieber, have listened to his music before. And the last 2 weekends out here in California were pretty big because Coachella happened. And this year, Coachella was extra special because Justin Bieber made a return. He came back to the stage and he performed 2 sets over 2 weekends. And everybody was just ecstatic out here. Like the energy was buzzing. Even if you didn't go to the show, you were watching the live stream. And everybody was just going nuts over Justin Bieber, mainly because, you know, he was playing some of his new songs and then also some of his really old songs from when he first started as a kid. And so there was just a lot of nostalgic buzz. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of 2020 and 2021 when I was pretty fresh to the LA scene, but I was out here and I was just kind of like thrust into the middle of the Justin Bieber scene because a lot of my friends were working with Justin Bieber on, you know, tours, on the documentary that he released on Amazon. They were working on all these projects and it was really, really sick because here I am just sitting here watching my friends do incredible things, work on incredible projects and get to work with, you know, one of the top artists in the entire world. And I just get to sit back and watch and hear about like all the stories surrounding these projects. But what also kind of hit me was in that season of life that I was in, I was dealing a lot with like creative jealousy, right? Because I was in a certain point in my career and I was watching my friends at another point in their career. But what I was doing was I was comparing the two, which isn't healthy at all. And so I remember getting to a point where I would just start to feel really, really low and feel really bad about myself because I wasn't working with Justin Bieber, which is so silly, right? Because we're at completely different parts in our career. And what that jealousy did was it revealed a lot about where I was as a human and where I was as a creative as well. I think a lot of times we as creatives can get tied up in the fact that, you know, we have something special because we do as creatives, as artists, like we have something special, unique. The way that we see the world is unique. And so that's like a really cool thing. The negative side to that is the entitlement that can come from thinking because we have a creative gift, we're owed the opportunity to showcase it. We're owed the opportunity to practice that gift or to work with a certain person or a certain brand, or just be in a room because we're good enough for it, or we have a unique view on things. And it really started to teach me a lot about that. And so today I want to chat through this concept of entitlement and jealousy and how they kind of like go hand in hand. And I want to bring my friend Daniel Freitas on as well, because he has a lot of experience in the industry. He's lived in LA his whole entire life, and he's kind of watched the ebbs and flow of like the creative industry and also his creative journey as well. And I think he'd have a lot to say. So let's give him a ring and let's get talking.
Here we go. Hello.
Daniel, what's happening, bro?
What's up, dude? Not much. How are you?
I'm good, dude. I'm on the show right now, and I wanted to give you a call if you have time. I wanted to chat about something.
Yeah, I got time.
Let's do it. So the reason I have you on is because you've become like a pretty prominent figure in the LA creative community. You've created even this group chat on Instagram of just like probably hundreds of creators now that you just feed opportunities in. And so you're like building community and kind of like working against this concept that I'm talking about today, which is the concept of like entitlement and how entitlement can like even lead to jealousy as creatives. So I wanted to get
Yep.
your take on a couple things and chat through that because I know it's something that literally everybody deals with.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the intro. Yeah, it's kind of something I just created for fun. I feel like I always loved community.
Mm,
I mean, in real life, but also on the internet.
right.
So, I mean, like you said, I've been in this industry for, I don't know, 8 years now. And yeah, I mean, in my mind, there's just always work for everyone.
True. Yeah.
And I've been blessed enough to be pretty busy. So, with all that extra work or anything that I just see on social that I literally can't even be at, I'm just like, why not throw it out to someone else that is in my community that can potentially help them and take them to the next level?
100%. Yeah, you're so good at that, dude. And it's cool to see somebody of like your nature, like somebody who has the level of success that you do, like give that work away now. But even to speak to, I mean, we've known each other for, I guess, maybe 4 years now. And
Yeah.
um, at the level of success that you were at when I met you, which isn't, nearly as far as you are now, even at that point, you were really generous in the way that you like handled your work. And you were never necessarily like, seemingly to me, you were never like entitled. So it's cool to see even then versus now, how like steady that you've been through it all.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. Yeah, actually, when we first met, that was when I first got my Sony camera.
Yeah.
I had a Panasonic GH4 that I bought from our mutual friend Gabe, and
Hmm.
that was my like very first shoot with that Sony camera. So
Wow.
it's kind of cool to think about that now. I haven't really thought about that in a long time, but
Let's go like
yeah,
30,000 foot up, and then we can dive like a little deeper and get nitty gritty. But why is it so
sure.
easy, do you think, as humans for us to get jealous of each other? Like, why is it so easy for that feeling to kind of creep into our hearts?
Oof. I mean, it's the blessing and the curse of social media. I mean, in 1 second, you can see someone traveling the world doing something that you have dreamt of for years,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, why isn't that me?
Mm-hmm.
You work maybe just as hard or harder than that person, but maybe they get gifted that opportunity. And yeah, I mean, like I said, with social media, it's just so easy now to just see people living these lavish lives,
Mm-hmm.
and you just get this creeping voice in your head. Why isn't that you? Why aren't you doing these things? Why aren't
Yeah.
you giving these opportunities? Things like that. And
Yep.
so, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I even me, I will see things. I mean, even sometimes with the community group, I'm like, well, I can't do that job, but I wish I could,
Mm-hmm.
or why isn't it me, or why didn't that person reach out to me directly, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's something that we just, as humans, just struggle with naturally, and I think it's just getting worse and worse, unfortunately. But at the same
Right.
time, we can hopefully turn those negative thoughts into positives.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, you hit the nail on the head. Like, social media is a big proponent of it now. I think as humans, we've always, you know, dealt with jealousy, even going back to like Bible times and the Ten Commandments. God was like, "Don't covet your neighbor's things." But
Mm-hmm.
like even now with social media, it's so easy, like you said. So I think it's cool, even with like you and other people creating certain groups that are more community focused than competition. Because there's like good and bad levels of
Yeah.
competition, but like I think we're talking about the bad level of competition where it's like an internal realization that you want to be somewhere that somebody else is rather than a community
Mm-hmm.
focused, oh, that's really cool that they're doing this job, you know, like how could I get to that level, and being more like
Right.
outwardly focused with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like you said, it's tough, and even like you said again, jealousy has been around since the beginning of time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I don't see it going away anytime soon.
No, I was going to say, unfortunately, I feel like we're going to have to deal with it for the rest of our lives. We definitely are.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah, it's
give,
just a matter of how much can you like, you know, actually let it sink into like your core and your beliefs and stuff. If you can
right.
try and fight it off as much as possible, you just live a much happier life for sure.
100%. Well, how do you fight it personally? Or like what are some ways that you combat that feeling or recognize it when it comes up?
Honestly, the older I get, and now having 2 kids, the more or the less that I care about things.
Makes sense.
Not that I don't care about, work and
Yeah.
family and stuff, but just like the little things you just don't have the time for anymore. You know what I mean? Like now I'm trying to be the best husband I can be, the best dad I can be, the best creative I can be.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of time for jealousy, but like I said, I still definitely struggle with it at times. But just leaning into the things that bring you joy, the things that bring you confidence. My belief in God, my family support, the love I had for my wife, the love I have for my kids. That is way more than oh, I wish I could have this job, or I wish I could be traveling the world or whatever.
So you're saying it's more of an identity thing then?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and I think it's maybe just kind of how I was raised too. We didn't have that much money growing up. My parents are both from Brazil, so they were actually legal immigrants here for over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was just, I was raised to always be a good person and just be appreciative of what you have. So I credit my parents a lot for that, instilling that mindset into me at a young age.
Yeah, that's like the biggest blessing, honestly. I feel all these different like heart issues and belief issues always stem from like good or bad parenting.
Oh, for sure. And that's like something that I'm trying to do a good job of now, having 2 boys. I mean, they're still pretty young, but I mean, anything that you say, they hold on to it for a while. Even if if it doesn't seem like they remember or they hear you, they definitely do.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I remember as a kid, there were so many different things that, well, like recently as an adult, like there's so many different things that I've had to work through, like kind of tearing down core beliefs that weren't good and weren't biblically sound, and then having to like reinforce those with the truth. So it bleeds pretty heavily. And I would say until you actually sit down and do the work, then it can bleed your entire life.
Right. And I mean, honestly, this is kind of a personal story, but I went through some pretty dark, heavy stuff in 2018, and I don't think I could get any lower than what I felt during that time. I went through a divorce. I got married super young.
Oh, wow.
My ex-wife at the time was just like, yeah, I don't want to be married anymore. And it was something that I did wrong. It was just,
Dang.
I think it was also a combination of we got married young and started to grow apart and whatnot. But I was just, my whole life got turned upside down. So I kind of didn't have the space anymore for, the what ifs. It was kind of just, let me just put my head down and grind and see where this thing can take me. So the jealousy part was just kind of on the back burner, as far as just, it wasn't something that I was constantly thinking about. What if I was this? Oh, this would be a cool thing to do. It's kind of just like, let me just survive today, to be honest. And that kind of just stacking days, stacking weeks and months just led to where I am now.
Yeah, you're forced to handle reality because you have nothing else.
100%.
Like you can't do anything else.
Literally.
I think it's also, I don't know, it's funny. It's like less harmful to say I'm jealous of someone than to say I deserve whatever they have more than they do. Because if you were to go around and say, oh, I deserve that more than you do to somebody, that's a pretty harsh thing to say. So the whole jealousy is like, it's a way of us to basically say that without saying it.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like now it's just almost acceptable to be like, oh, I'm so jealous you went to blah de blah, or I'm so jealous you went to Coachella and I didn't get to go. Versus like, I deserve to go to Coachella. You shouldn't have gone.
True. Yeah, it's a lot harsher to say that.
Yeah, man. It like I said, with the internet, it makes it so much
So
easier to
Yeah.
just get into those traps, those mental traps of I deserve, or I should be there,
hmm
or why don't I, those types of things.
Going back to your creative community that you kind of have developed online, and even
Yeah.
like the community that you have in person, how do you keep yourself from getting jealous of the people around you that you've that are in this community? Because like you were saying, you're sending these jobs that maybe sometimes you wish you could do but you can't, and so you're still sending them in the community. How do you kind of
hmm
combat that in that sense, like just in the bubble of creative community? How do you combat becoming jealous day after day? Because obviously it's something that can come back around. Like once you deal with it
Yeah.
once doesn't necessarily mean that it's just done.
Right. Right. I mean, honestly, it's my trust in God that He's taken care of me in my 36 years of life so far, that
Mm,
He will continue to do so if I continue to have faith in Him. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, I think, well, I mean, I guess there's two things. There's the first one is that my trust in God, and the second one is that I've been blessed by God to have done some really cool things. So,
hmm
um, I can always, reflect on some of the cool things that I've done and know that I'm sure and pray and hope that things will come back around in the future.
Yeah, true. It's like the gratefulness aspect of it, like being thankful.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think good things happen to good people, and not that bad things happen to bad people all the time.
hmm
But I mean, if you have the mindset of the good things will happen, and if you trust in that, then I truly believe that you will be put into situations where good things will happen too, and you'll be blessed in ways that you couldn't even have imagined. Yeah, I mean, like an example, I am going to be out of the country all of June and all of July.
Wow.
And if anyone who knows me knows that I am Brazilian and I am a huge soccer fan, and the fact that I have pretty much waited my entire life for the World Cup to be literally 20 minutes away from me, I will be gone the entire time.
Oh, you
So in
won't
the
be able to
back of
go
my
to a
mind,
game.
thinking, literally, I will be. I leave for China June 1st, and I
No
will
way.
not. I will not be back in LA until the end of July. And I mean, I'm not sure exactly when the World
That
Cup final
sucks.
is, but I am literally gone the entire time. So in the back of my mind, thinking, oh my gosh, what if something comes up that I get to not necessarily work a game, but like work things around the World Cup. But at the same time, I'm being flown across the world to go film volleyball at the world stage. So it's like, I could be jealous of the what if, but if I just continue to do that, it would just eat at me from the inside out. So like, I just have to be grateful and thank God for the opportunity that I have already and that I've committed to already,
hmm
and not let the what ifs creep in, because otherwise that would
Right.
just kill me.
Dude, well,
Yeah.
that brings up, I think it's important to understand too, because the big question is how do you combat it, right? Like we're talking, how do you combat that jealousy that like boils up inside of you?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about how it's like an identity issue and you have to make sure that you're grounded in the right things. But that just
Mm-hmm.
proves even more like how much of an internal issue it is. Because it's funny with jealousy, I think a lot of times we can just like put that blame on other people, where we
For
become
sure.
jealous of somebody and then we even blame the fact that somebody else has the opportunity on the fact that we're jealous. And so we get to blame shift and not take responsibility.
Yep.
But even with what you said was really interesting, because you basically said you're not even jealous of somebody else. You're just jealous that there is another opportunity. So it's like
Yeah.
you
Literally.
said you're jealous of the what if. So it's not the opportunity
Oh
isn't even
yeah.
there yet, but you're just like acknowledging the
Hundred
fact that
percent.
you could get jealous of the fact that there could be an opportunity, and then that's what makes you kind of like that's what could like eat away at you. Just
Yeah, for sure. I
nuts.
mean, to go back onto my trip, like I am blessed to do that, and actually, my family's going to meet me halfway through, which is super exciting.
Oh, it's so
And I literally
sick.
got a text yesterday about my availability for some UFC stuff, and I'm literally gone. So it's just like,
Tough.
You just gotta, like I keep saying, you just gotta be thankful and thank God for the opportunities. And I think and hope and pray that more things will come in the future.
It's so cool to, I mean, it's so
Yeah,
cool
dude.
to watch you succeed too, and just seeing like you and your family and um, just how much you're like growing as a father as well, even while you're like taking on these opportunities that take you across the world. You're like still finding ways to show up as a dad. It's really cool to see, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. It's definitely not easy. I
No,
definitely have a ton of help. My wife and my mom literally hold it down. Not a
so
lot of people know, but
incredible.
my wife is basically my manager.
Mm,
She does all the accounting, all my travel she
wow.
books, all the financial stuff. It's all on her. Like literally, people ask me about tax things, and I'm like, I literally have no idea. You have to ask my wife. My mom, anytime I leave, my mom stays at our place
Wow.
and helps out with the boys. Even when I'm going to be gone for those first 4 weeks, they're going to be going to Texas, and my wife's family lives in Texas, so they're going to be going there for 4 weeks.
Wow.
My mom will go with them. So, I mean, I have all the support in the world. And my wife
Right.
actually was in the industry. She still is, but I mean, she was heavily in the modeling industry for about 6 years before we had our
Hmm.
first son. And so she like understands
Yeah.
the the grind and the last minute. Oh, can you be in Miami tomorrow?
Mm.
And you're like, yeah, I guess I could
You
be.
just have to go. Yeah.
So just having that support and not having to worry about, oh, is my family going to be? I mean, I worry about them, their well
Right.
being, but like
Right.
I know they're going to be okay and they're going to be taken care of. So
Right.
they give me the freedom to go do what I need to do to then support our family.
Yeah. Well, even just from like a thankfulness standpoint too, it's like I can imagine it's hard to get caught up in any sort of jealous thoughts when you have a realization of how much support you have and how people are like sacrificing for you to be where you are and do what you're doing. One of the main things
Yeah.
that I wrote down, I gave myself a question. I was like, what is the antidote to jealousy as a creative? And
Mm-hmm.
the first thing on the list was steward the creative work that you've already been trusted with and do it well. And
Mm-hmm.
I think for you, like when you have that realization and thankfulness of the people that are sacrificing to put you in a position where you can steward things well, then it almost like I can imagine how much it fuels you to like do what you're doing even better.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I tell my wife this all the time, and I probably should tell her even more about how appreciative I am that she put her career on
Mm,
hold. I
yeah.
mean, like I said, she was like one of the top fitness models in the world, I would say.
Wow.
She shot for Nike, Under Armour, Puma,
Wow.
Adidas, every major brand you can think of. She was like there modeling for them. So
Wow.
the fact that she put her career on hold because she believed in me and what I was building, I'm forever grateful for her for that, for sure.
Yeah, for real. That's
And
incredible,
like you
dude.
said, it does fuel a fire, but also it puts that like good kind of pressure on you.
Yeah.
I was a Division I athlete in college, so like
Oh, wow, I didn't
I
know
like
that.
to think that I played indoor volleyball
Oh, that's
at
sick.
Cal Baptist in Riverside.
That's dope.
So yeah, I mean, I like to think that I thrive under pressure. So having that, pressure of A, I got to provide for my family, but also B, like no one else has a job, which I mean, they do have jobs because, like I said, my wife does literally everything on the back end.
Hmm.
But yeah, it puts that like positive pressure to, get things done for sure.
That's so sweet, bro. Well, I want to wrap this up really quick and just kind of
Yeah.
do a run through of like the three things that I think are good antidotes to jealousy as a creative. But I would love to get your thoughts as well. So I'm gonna run through mine,
Yeah.
and then I want you to add on if you have anything. Um,
Sure.
so first one I already said is like steward your work that you've already been trusted with and do it well. So
Right.
basically, like he was just saying, it's like you have this work that you've already been given. So maybe you want to go shoot with Justin Bieber, but you have a local artist that you're in charge of like growing their brand. Are you going to spend your time dreaming about Justin Bieber, or are you going to sit with the local artists and just go as hard as you can and build them up as much as you can and make the best creative content that you can possibly make, so that if you do get an opportunity bigger, you're like ready to go, but you're also just stewarding that work that God's already given you. The second thing is notice the creative gifts of the people around you, like of your creative colleagues, and encourage them in it. I think like people always say comparison is the thief of all joy. And I think if you flip that on its head and you see the good in people and you see the creative juices and artistry in people, and then you call that out in them, I think it's very hard to become jealous if you're encouraging them instead. And then 3 is something that Daniel does a really good job of, is spread the wealth. If you're given plenty of opportunity, be quick to share it with your trusted community around you. Like if you're given, even if you're given like a project that requires 4 or 5 more people on it, or maybe even just one person, like being quick to allocate those roles rather than sitting there and being like, oh, how could I do this all myself? I think bringing people onto projects and then sharing projects is the best way that you can get out of that like jealousy rut that you're in if you're finding yourself in there. But yeah, Daniel, you got anything?
I mean, those were 3 unreal answers to that. I mean, the
God
last
bless.
thing I would add to that is just to be a good person. I mean,
True.
so many opportunities come to people when they're just genuinely good people. I've told this to several people over the years, people that ask me about how I've gotten to do these opportunities. And it's not because I'm the best filmmaker. It's not because I'm the best photographer. It's not because I'm the best editor.
Yeah.
But I am just genuinely a good person to be around, that they want to bring me back to for those opportunities. Yes, I have good work, but I think at the end of the day, people hire me because of my work, but also like a very, very, very close second, it's that I'm a good person and that I hope, a joy to be around.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, 100%. I totally agree with you. I think I was talking on last week's episode with Elena Booth, and we were chatting about like even having fun. And so the concept of like working with people that you can have fun with and be honest with and like just have the best creative collaboration with is better than working for maybe the best brand or best artist in the world, because that's like what really matters. Like that's what really matters is the human aspect of it, the human element.
100%. And as much as this AI and robots are stepping into our world, as much as we can keep that human element alive, that's what's gonna keep us going for sure.
100%. Storytelling, baby. Gotta lean into it.
Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir. Dude, Daniel, thank you so much for hopping on and chatting about this.
Dude, thank you for having me. I'm super stoked for you. I mean, also same to see how much you've grown and pivoted your business. And
thank you.
This
dude.
podcast is amazing, and the fact
you,
that
bro.
it's faith-based is really, really cool, because that's something that I'm trying to do more of, is kind of be more bold in my faith and just let people know that I'm a follower of Jesus and that I love God, and the Holy Spirit fills me with so much joy that I want to share that with other people.
That's awesome.
And there's not a lot of the time that I can share it through my work, but me just personally, if I can share that story with as many people as I can, that's what I would love to do.
Amen, bro. Oh, dude, keep it up, bro. People need to hear it, honestly. I think our personal testimony is like the best way that we can share Jesus with people because of what he's done in our lives. And he's clearly done so much in your life, bro. Just so much fruit, bro. Yeah. So
it's really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, dude. No, that's incredible. And I appreciate the kind words. Seriously, it means the world. And I just want to aim to push people into finding their creative purpose, but also just finding their purpose in life. And if we can do that on this show, that is A1, baby. That is top tier.
Dude, that's I think that's the goal in life. is to get. I mean, you're literally doing it. You're giving people a platform to share their testimonies and share positivity into the world that will then inspire that next person, that will then inspire that next person. So I'm proud of you, dude. This is really cool.
Thank you, bro. Well, dude, you're welcome anytime.
See you tomorrow, dude. Because now I'm fired up. I have to go pick up my son soon. But no, I'm like, this is so cool. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity to share, and I'm stoked to hear that people are enjoying the community that I've put on Instagram. But at the end of the day,
Definitely.
It's just how can I bless someone else because I've been so blessed in my life.
100%, man. Well, we'll chat more because I definitely need a lot of help in like building online community, and I want to be able to give people a similar place like you give them, to be able to
Yeah, for sure.
collaborate creatively,
Let's do it, bro.
push each other, encourage each other, do all the things that we're talking about on this episode. So we'll definitely be chatting more.
Sounds good, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and keep it going, bro. You're inspiring a lot of people.
Thank you, bro. Praise God, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, dude.
All right. We'll catch you later. Thanks again.
All right, bro. Later, dude.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Well, there it is, guys. Yeah, I mean, those are some great words from Daniel, and I hope you guys learned something. I know I did. I definitely took a lot away from this episode. But yeah, that's it. Remember, you're created to create, so do something about it. Go out there, crush it this week, guys. Peace.
You're listening to the Created to Create show.